Calypsonian Lord Superior has been laid to rest in his original hometown of Rio Claro. As the Calypso icon's family and friends gathered at his Diego Martin home to honor his legacy, some did not hold back in expressing disappointment in the government's apparent disregard for his cultural contributions. Janine Browne reports.
It was an atmosphere of joy mixed with grief in Dorrington Gardens, Diego Martin, where the loved ones of Calypsonian Lord Superior gathered to bid their final goodbyes. Based on the accounts of those in attendance, the Calypsonian's life was marred by tribulation and underappreciation. His former wife, Dr. Janet Stanley MARCANO, expressed hurt that even in his death, Lord Superior's contribution to culture seemed to be overlooked. After having reached out to Culture Minister Dr. Nian Gatsby-Dolly, Dr. MARCANO said there was an agreement up to Tuesday of this week that Napa would be provided free of charge for the Calypsonian's funeral. She said that plan changed when she later received a call from the minister's assistant.
And the young lady asked whether his body will be there, and I said yes. And she said, well, that is equivalent to a funeral, and they don't want funerals at Napa. I said to the young lady, I said, Miss, you have knocked me out my feet because we have done everything already, right?
Dr. MARCANO said that the family was subsequently offered the Queen's Park Savannah for the service, but they declined.
It wasn't his style, and if you all know him, you know that.
This disappointment was echoed by the icon's son, Mariba MARCANO, who said he has been mourning his father for the past 30 years. He expressed happiness, however, that his father's cultural contribution was recognized by the University of the West Indies before his death. Arguably his most memorable contribution to Trinidad and Tobago's culture was Lord Superior's fight to retain a broadcast license. His agenda to have a station dedicated to only local content. For NCC Chairman Winston Gypsy Peters, it is still difficult to forgive the then Dr. Eric Williams administration for what he viewed as a blatant prejudice.
And I make no apology for what I'm going to say next, you know. It took a black government to suppress Superior desire in this country to have a broadcasting license that would help this black art called calypso. And I am irked about that. And I'm vexed, and I think that I will go to my grave with that angst.
Several other notable icons were present to offer their tributes, including Poet Laureate Dr. Pearl N. Springer, Brother Valentino, and Lady ADANA.
The record shows Soupy took the blows, and he did it his way.
After the reception in Diego Martin, Lord Superior's body was taken to his hometown of Rio Claro, where an official funeral service and burial took place. Janine Browne, TTT News.
Earlier this week, Culture Minister Dr. Nian Gatsby-Dolly denied claims that an offer was made to the family of Lord Superior to host his funeral at Napa. After the claims made today, the Culture Minister gave a brief response in a statement, saying she maintained her previous position that permission to use Napa for the funeral was not granted. Therefore, the issue of rescission does not arise.